Okay, why haven't we fixed it yet? I guess it's the obvious rhetorical question, and we've been barking up the wrong tree, I guess is the obvious rhetorical answer. I'll start by 1 minute, hopefully, keeping my eye on the timer, history of energy efficiency in the UK to try to illustrate what I mean by this. So we had the early 1970s, we had oil crises, coal strikes, and the response to that was a major price hike. Didn't seem to make any difference to our energy use. Then we had the government-sponsored Save It campaign, which was enormous. It was one of the biggest campaigns by any government on anything ever at that stage. Didn't make a lot of difference to our household behaviour or practice. A lot of stickers involved, and you know, it was a tacit recognition of the inelasticity of energy demand, if you like. So it got us far, sort of going down the track. We then had loft insulation, or what you might call roof space insulation, another idea, and a lot of grants available for that. This kind of led to a number of scare stories about sort of damp and dodgy technologies for filling gaps. There was very little sort of training, checking, knowledge of what was really going on, particularly with the cavity wall insulation thing. Insulation was fitted, but energy use still didn't go down. In some cases, it seems that people simply cranked up the heating and walked around in their underwear. Maybe there was a sort of latent, comfort gap, which hadn't been detected by the techno-energy planners of insulation grants. The late 80s and 90s, well, privatisation, that basically scuppered any kind of idea of energy efficiency because it was all about selling us more electricity or gas. So what's the moral of the story? Well, I guess, in Victoria we've got privatised utilities, we've got grants, so where are we? Well, we're now starting to think about behaviour change. What does that mean? And our foray into behaviour change, I think, throughout the Western world is a real attempt to try to, go to the next step, do something that's less technically oriented and maybe more of a solution. The problem is with behaviour change is that our consumption is really locked in through everyday practice, and it's things that we don't really question. So another solution that's coming up now is green loans. To what extent might green loans work? Or is it just going back to believing that electricity and water use is elastic? Have we gone back to relearn the 1970s? I don't think so. I think the real thing is the home sustainability assessments, real conversations with real households, and I think there's some real potential for this. So you can see the challenge in front of you, and I think the music's about to start. I'll probably leave it there. Thank you.